Hello. I am here at the place where we had the work trip. I had my trip yesterday and the others had theirs today. And actually it was a shared trip. It was a shared experience. And it didn't happen just here and now. Instead, it has started a long time ago. Maybe when I was born, it started for me. For this group of 3 of us, it started many months ago. And what is the trip? Officially, it is the endeavor to understand what a psychedelic experience is. And this is it. This is the psychedelic experience. I think there is in the woods, maybe a deer. It was running. You don't see anything anymore, but somewhere out there are many deers in here. And all kinds of animals. But yes, what is a psychedelic experience was the official question, and this it is. And it brings us to the question, what is this? So I'm sorry if I sound trivial, but I'm serious. The psychedelic trip is this, here, right now, this. So what is this? And as I have said many times, that question, what is this? It's a Zen koan. And the point with Zen koans is that you cannot answer them. You cannot. The whole point is to make the person aware that there is no answer. This cannot be described. And just for the record, I'm not under the influence of any chemicals or like these kinds of psychedelic chemicals, or there is nothing exceptional in this, and yet this is truly exceptional. And as I said yesterday many times, there is nothing special about this that I was undergoing then, except for it's so special. It's like nothing important, but it's exactly why it's important. I mean that it's exactly like this everyday experience. It's exactly like this, my existence here. The birds, the forest, my existence, the miraculousness that I exist. That there was this big bang, just energy, that transformed into particles, hydrogen, heavier elements, and into all kinds of atoms and molecules, and then biological organisms, and then us. We are made of matter, and matter is conscious. I am matter, and I am conscious. So matter is conscious. And it's miraculous. And this is just one way to formulate it in words, what this is. What I want to say is that this is miraculous. It's like wonderful, amazing, extremely important and valuable. And we should be greatly thankful for this, that we get to exist and experience all this. The birds, the trees, my body. That is this. And like I said, when you ask this Korean koan, what is this? I said, there is no answer to it. So how is it possible that I just answered it? You see it yourself if you listen to the birds. If you go into the woods, like I am here, and just experience it, or wherever you are now, you just put this video away, close your eyes, and just be, just exist. Without thinking about it, without conceptualizing it in any way. Because this is beyond concepts. It's beyond all descriptions. It's ineffable and impossible to describe. This is it, like Alan Watts says. This is it. So, the psychedelic experience, the official story of these sessions, what we have been doing here, I would conceptualize it as like a meditative retreat, or this, I think it's called sensitivity training, where you are intensively in a group of people, and often there are rules such as that we should focus only on what is present, what is like concretely present in the moment. And it gets really personal and emotional, of course, because we talk philosophy and think of what it is to exist. Important existential questions that are matter of life and death for us, because a person without a sense of significance, without sense of meaning, they can kill themselves. So it's literally a question of life and death. So this is like a meditative retreat, and we have undergone psychedelic experiences. And I don't like even saying that because it's just words. Psychedelic experience. It somehow mystifies what it's about. It's just this. Just completely ordinary life. And what makes it extraordinary is this. It's like in every ordinary moment, there is no ordinary moment ever. Every single moment is special and valuable. And what the psychedelic experience is about, it is about using some instruments to bring out the appreciation of this, to enable us to see this in all its wonderfulness. And the more I speak about this wonderfulness, the more it like elucidates or like escapes my concepts. And that's exactly why it's so paradoxical even to talk about it. So, what people usually call psychedelic experiences, they are altered states of consciousness. It's a bit cold out here, so I shiver because of that. I must go back soon. Altered state of consciousness. And I think that to be fully present in this, the present moment, to appreciate it, unfortunately, that is an altered state of consciousness for many people because they usually never are present in the moment. So that's why it's altered. It's trivial but important. So, the psychedelic experience, one way to formulate it is to be present in the moment or to appreciate this, understand this, to ask the question of what is this, and then see that it's impossible to answer and then be quiet. And yesterday, during my session, we started drumming. When the words are not enough, then we do something else. We just perform this act of life, like I am doing now, even though I'm talking here, because even my talking here is this. I hope I'm making sense now. This is actually quite basic Zen philosophy, so nothing like exceptional. Zen philosophy has understood this, like literally this, since ages ago. And I guess they might have had psychedelic chemicals. For example, cannabis has been used in China for ages in medicine. I don't know about other psychedelics, but it's not about the chemicals or the instruments. It's about the state of mind. And you have many instruments to attain that state of mind. And koans are one instrument. So a koan is like a psychedelic truck, like a good psychedelic truck, because it produces this vivid sense of presence when it succeeds. Of course, many people don't react in these hoped, desired ways into these koans, which are like trucks or instruments. Drumming is one instrument. These chemicals are one instrument. And when we appreciate this, ideally, we could see this in every moment. Or we could just appreciate every moment being alive. It's nothing special, something extraordinary. It's exactly what like wise old grandmothers and grandfathers say, and what is written on this, like this huoneentaulu, like this sort of framed text on the wall that says something like home sweet home. But instead it says something like, well, I won't try to iterate them. Basically, the meaning is just to be present in the moment. It's trivial and a bit naive, but it's true. Because when we are present in the moment, in all our emotions, we like accept what is present. All our emotions, also the negative ones. Then everything becomes somehow wonderful. We become integrated when we become fully conscious of all our suppressed desires and fears and loneliness and whatever is troubling us. When we let that feeling take control of our mind, when we like let it be, like taking control is so aggressive, I would say, when we let it be, we give the room to the emotion, whatever it is, we like contain it. We let it be like a child who is sad or aggressive or something like that. We let it be, we notice it, we acknowledge its existence, and thereby it becomes settled and integrate it into us, and we become more whole than we were. And I would say that that is part of the therapeutic healing value of the psychedelic experience, but I would rather call it the meditative experience or the accepting experience, the accepting mindfulness, or however you call it. So that's my first report here after the famous, no, well, it's not famous, but for me it's like what I have been calling it, the work trip. And now it sounds so like the work trip. Of course it's partly like intended to be funny, but I noticed it's nothing different from just existing this.